Oh man, I would beg for them to arrest me in front of me. I would beg them.
So what would John Kiriakou do if the United States was no longer the world superpower? And China is now the #1 superpower, and the United States is brought to its knees. Where would you go? What would you do? What sort of CIA spy tactics would you use to survive and thrive in the world?
I'll give you two different answers, depending on how much on our knees we ended up being.
Right.
I'm a patriot. I love my country. I want it to succeed. I think that it's making a lot of mistakes, which I write about and talk about every single day.
By the way, that's amazing for someone like you to say. After what happened to you, after the CIA systematically dismantled your entire life.
Well, see, I see them as the criminals. And so that's what I write and talk about. Yeah. You know, there was one night, the night we captured Abu Zubaydah, we captured dozens and dozens of Al-Qaeda fighters. And we captured so many people that night that we didn't have enough space to interrogate them all. And so the Pakistanis were bringing them over in groups of 10 in a paddy wagon, bringing them to our safe house. And we were splitting them up and interrogating them. So the first load of 10 came in, and they were being led in by this fucking idiot that was working for me. And they all had hoods on. And I said, why do they have hoods on? And he says, we didn't want them to see our faces. And I go, are you seriously telling me that you have never read the Geneva Convention? Seriously. It's a war crime to put hoods on them. You can't put hoods on them. Take the hoods off. And he goes, guys, if you take those hoods off, I'm reporting you to headquarters. And I said, no, I'm reporting you to headquarters because you've committed a war crime. So I grabbed the hoods and I took the hoods off of every one of them. We reported each other to headquarters. And I got in trouble. They said I had displayed a shocking lack of commitment to counterterrorism. And I'm like, it's a war crime. It's a treaty that has been approved by the Senate. It has the weight of law. They didn't want to hear it. And I said, look, we can't just ignore the laws we don't like. We can't just pretend that they don't exist. If you want to torture people, God bless. Go torture. But you got to change the law. You can't just pretend that we don't have an anti-torture statute. You can't pretend that we're the authors and the original signatories of the United Nations Convention Against Torture. Change the law.
Right.
You think torture's so great? Put your name on it. Let's have a vote. Oh, you don't want to do that? Then you're a war criminal.
Right.
So I'm right, they're wrong, and I can sleep at night.
But you don't put the CIA in the same basket as you put the United States of America.
No, I don't. Like I say, we have a lot of problems, but I see myself now as kind of an activist for the things that I believe in and the things that are important to me. I'm opposed to Ron DeSantis because he was in the Judge Advocate General's office in Guantanamo and sat in on torture sessions. Why aren't we talking about that? He should be disqualified for what he did in the torture program.
DeSantis?
Yeah, DeSantis.
I didn't even know about that.
Nobody does.
When was it? When was he there?
2005.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. Well, you know what, buddy? You're running for president. You have to talk about it.